Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Okay, let's just jump right on into this. You know I'm excited, child. Empire, Season 1, Episode 5. I told y'all this was going to be the shit this week. It was going down, okay? We start right out with Tiana and Hakeem actually are on the red carpet. And you can see right away, Hakeem, he irritates me, but little boy sitting up there, he's getting jealous. Like, he's jealous of the attention. He's an attention whore. So he's jealous of the attention that Tiana's getting. And then when they get to him, they keep referring to him as Lucius Lyons' son. And I got to think, like, he doesn't have his own, his own thing going on. And Tiana actually even commented toward that because she could see he was getting a little bit bothered. But, honey, that's who you are. You're the son of Lucius Lyon. You're not the shit. It's your brother that's the shit. And the sooner you figure it out, the better off you'll be. But whatever. Moving on. So, we go on, and now it's discovered that Tiana actually has a girlfriend. So, I'm like, okay, and what you know is that damn Andre and his wife are the ones who have found out that Tiana has his girlfriend. So now we get down, Tiana's a carpet buncher, and of course, that's going to be used at some point. Anything with Andre and his wife, you're always going to see it again. It's always going to be used because they are off the hook. They really are. They're off the hook. Lucius actually surprised Anika with a serenade from that damn Anthony Hamilton. Love Anthony Hamilton, man, but he did the serenade and he proposed to her with this badass goddamn 18-karat diamond ring. Beautiful. But then told her she had to take it off and had it until they actually announced it to the whole family. Whatever. The ring is beautiful, though. And I'm like, something with this engagement just ain't sitting right with me. But whatever. We're going to see. We're going to see how that plays out. That Lucius's mind is always going. His wheels are always turning. So it's going to be interesting to see what's actually going on. I don't think it's all genuine. But anyway, moving on. Then we actually see Jamal is going in. Jamal's going in to do his first single. Hakeem is doing his first video. So Jamal, he doesn't have all of Lucius's backing with him anymore. So he's over in Brooklyn at this really run-down studio. Really, really run-down and bullet holes in the walls and shit like that. And there's a guy, nice looking little black bald head guy named Tyree. And he's the one who owns the studio. And he's kind of about it, and he's all like, your money is, you don't have that much money and this, that, the other. He's a shit talker. He's got that hard edge to him. So Jamal actually takes Cookie. Cookie's like, where in the fuck do you got me at, child? So they're going on. So Cookie meets Tyree and everything, and Jamal's like, everything's going to be fine. It's this, that, thing, and the other. So he has all the engineers and everything that he needs there. Cookie has some other shit she needs to take care of. Because she got this rose. It was a rose. And the significance of the rose was there was a guy Cookie actually witnessed being murdered. And the person who murdered him actually used to use a rose. It was like his trademark, kind of like a serial killer kind of thing. But that rose was his thing. So she's like scared. She's like, somebody's trying to kill me, or they're sending me a message. Somebody's going to kill me and all of this. But I'll go back into that in a minute. I'll go into that. But anyway, so Cookie meets Tyree and she tells him, let me tell you something. I'm leaving, but you better take care of my baby down here. And she said, and if not, I'm coming back. And that bitch patted her purse. She said, and I'm holding. My name is Cookie. Cookie. Ask about me. I said, come on, Cookie! Come on through, girl. Threatening and shit. And I'm laughing because the Tyree guy, like I said, he has this whole little hard edge. I thought he was sexy, but he has this hard edge to him. But you can see, I think he's really tickled by Cookie. Like, I thought he was real tickled, like, look at this bitch. sitting up here threatening me. So I'm like, all right. So we go on and all that. Cookie actually leaves there. She's being paged by the feds. And she ends up telling them, she's like, I done told y'all to back up off of me. Don't, be putting me on Front Street and shit. And she was telling them how she's scared. You know what I mean? She's scared. But they're like, oh, no, you're going to be safe. That's some bullshit. It's some bullshit, but whatever. So, anyway, let me go back to the whole Cookie thing. She goes in. She does the court with the grand jury proceedings and all that. And she testified. Okay? She found out after that, because they did a flashback of what actually happened. She testifies, finds out that the guy she saw murdered was an undercover federal officer. He was a federal undercover officer. So she's pissed afterwards, and she's like, you tricked me. You didn't tell me this. She's like, you looking at me, dead bitch walking. That's me now. And that's why I was like, I knew it. I said that the feds are a mess. They want what they want, period. And no, they don't be keeping you safe afterwards. Your ass is as good as dead. But anyway, so that was the whole thing. So she's pissed off with that, but that's done now. It is what it is. We go back to Hakeem. Hakeem's doing this video, wanting to do this video. And the video, it's literally going to be $1 million over the budget. Andre's actually talking to Lucius. Lucius literally throws it in Andre's face and tells him, listen, if you can't make this happen, then I don't even know why you're here. I don't even know why you're here. So I'm like, he does. I mean, he's always pulling their strings. He's like the puppet master. He's always pulling their strings. It's horrible. But anyway, Andre's raunchy ass went right into motion. He contacted that wife, and him and that wife got started. They really did. They got started with the bullshit. So they're going to plan to use the situation with Tiana to crack Hakeem. And, just do their nasty shit that they do. So that was that. The wife goes and puts the shit on the internet. She puts it on the internet. While they're filming, what's the little child, the Fantasia-looking child, that Portia, because Cookie had Portia down there handling things for her while she was running around. So yeah, she had Portia down there handling that shit, like keeping an eye out for Tiana to make sure, because that's what they came to her. They wanted her to put Tiana in his video. Because every time something goes on, they try to bump up or ramp up because they know that Hakeem can't keep up with Jamal. He can't. So that's where the extra money came from. They wanted to put Tiana onto, that was the fix, to put Tiana on to the single and in the video. So they got them all down there. Portia's down there. Portia gets the goddamn thing in her phone and sees what's going down, that all the shit's been leaked about Hakeem. So that was a mess. That blew up the video shoot. Shit got all out of whack and all that. Hakeem then got an attitude because he ain't nothing but a little fuck boy. He then got mad and stomping around like a little bitch and carrying on. So everything was being a mess. Right at that point is where Cookie actually got the rose. So I'm going back. When she got the rose, it was so goddamn funny. She goes out, she sees the rose laying on the ground. And she kind of backed back into her apartment and slammed that door, baby. And that bitch ran over and put her heat in her purse and took a ball of money and threw it out of that purse and then bust her hat down and broke that motherfucker down. I said, Cookie, come on, Cookie. Every time she hits the screen, I just scream. Every time Taraji's ass hits that screen, I know some shit is getting ready to jump off. She's getting ready to do or say some shit that I'm going to love. I just love that goddamn Cookie. But anyway, so she does all that. That's the point where they actually came in and was asking about Tiana and all of that. Okay, so I'm catching back up. I kind of ran ahead of myself. But anyway, y'all keep it up. Y'all know how I do. I get so excited. But anyway, so Cookie told him, I'll give you Tiana for the video and all that, but I want a seat on that board, this mystical board that you all keep talking about. Put me on that board, and then I'll let you use Tiana for the video. So that actually happened. Now, in the midst of all this, this little single that Hakeem is doing, that drip drop, that song is late. It's late. It's like a corny little rap song. It's just corny to me. I was like, that's tired. Real tired. But anyway, Cookie's ass, Jamal had called Cookie. He was working on some stuff. Cookie has this fierce ass ear for music. That's why it's her and Lucius together were so bad, because she has an ear for what should be. Over the phone, she told Jamal, change the beginning, change the intro of that song, this, that, thing, and the other. She just fucking knows. You know what I mean? So they had did that. At this point, she'd have jumped in a cab. She's on her way to Philadelphia. She tells the cab driver, he's like a Middle Eastern guy. That motherfucker's like, you people something or other. That motherfucking Cookie looked at him and said, you people? You people? She said, and what do you mean by you people? You people are always something or other. She pulled out a wad of money and gonna say, really? Bastard, take me to Philadelphia. Drive me over to Philadelphia. And then he's like, oh. So she's like, and that you people shit, she gonna say, you black just like me. I fell out laughing. I said, goddamn you, Cookie. Goddamn mess. Anyway, so Andre and the wife, they're back and forth consorting. Andre's down on the video set, and they're watching. Of course, Hakeem has his little friend his little gang of thug friends and shit. Andre went over and stood by them and gets on his phone and starts talking kind of out loud about how they're worried about Jamal being in the Bronx at this rundown studio, and he has a $20,000 watch on, and he has on $1,200 sneakers, and he don't know. He's just doing too much, and he's calling them all kind of sissies and all this shit. But wasn't nobody on the phone but his wife, And all that did was spark the ear of these little petty-ass thugs, or what he thought was petty thugs that are friends of Hakeem's. Well, they fucked around and got up and left. He knew that his plan was working. They go to the studio and stick up the motherfucking studio. And he's saying, run that shit, sissy. This, that, thing, and the other. The boy ain't even had the watch on or none of that shit. But he knew right away. He's like, you hang out with my brother, this, that, thing, and the other. And he's got him at gunpoint and all. It was a mess. And then they actually did shoot one of the engineers. Shot him in his arm and shit. But then right before things got totally out of whack, here come that motherfucker Tyree. See, I told y'all I like Tyree. Tyree came up in that motherfucker with a sawed-off shotgun and told them, now listen. He said, we can call this a standoff or it could be a multiple homicide. Now, how y'all want to do it? Them punks got their ass up out of there. You understand me? He walked their ass down the hall. He told them, don't turn around. Don't turn around. Keep walking before I take your choice away. And don't fucking turn around and don't stop till you get back across the bridge, and don't come back over here to the boogie down with that bullshit no more. I was like, see, I knew I liked that goddamn Tyree. He was just like not fucking having it. So at that point, it created a mess. All the engineers were like, fuck this, I'm out of here. So they left. But he needed to get this session done. Jamal needed to have the session done. So Cookie got her ass. She on the way. She went to Philly and put a fucking hit out. She put a hit out on the guy who she believes left the rose at her apartment and all that. D-Ray Davis was the damn fool that was playing the Hitman child. I guess he's one of their cousins or something. I love him. I do. I love him. He is so funny to me. But anyway, he wasn't funny in this shit. He was like, I'll handle it, She gave that motherfucker that $5,000. And she said, when I say handle it, do you know what I mean when I say handle this bastard? And he's like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. So that was that. Cookie's on her way back. Her and her sister, Tasha Smith plays her sister. They on the way back over to New York. Turns around. Cookie's running the fuck out of her business in the back of this damn cab. You understand me? She got the feds on one line. She got Jamal on the other line. And she's also at Tiana and Portia on the other line. Working it. Fucking working it, okay? Boss bitch. I'm screaming, Cookie girl, work, honey. And she's working all that shit out. She's telling Jamal, I'm on my way. So she goes in, she gets there, finds out that he's okay. The song is done at this point. Well, let me go back. Because when she was in the cab, Tyree was saying, this session's over. This, that, thing, and the other. Cookie said, put Tyree on the phone. She told him, you go find whoever I need to take care of that shit. I know you know some people. We got things to do. It got to get done. You go ahead and you take care of it. And that was it. She didn't even give him another option. He done got a little half a grin on his face. I think he's kind of sweet on Cookie. But I know he thinks that she's cute, the fact that she just talks to him any old kind of way. I think he got a little sweet on her. But anyway, by the time they get all that together, they get all these different people in, and they working the fuck out of it in this. And, you know, shit was rolling in the studio. And Jamal's song is off the hook. It really is. The song is all that. And definitely, that fucking Hakeem, fuck Hakeem, he's ridiculous. But anyway, so by this time, Cookie gets there. Cookie listens to it. She's happy, but then she said, your voice is underneath the mix. You need to put your voice up higher because it sounds like you're hiding behind the mix. That damn ear she got. And she asked Tyree, can you fix that? He gonna say, yeah, baby girl, we got everything you need. She said, no, you don't have everything I need, honey. Because if you did, you wouldn't be able to fix it. Now fix it. He got the grinning. I said, I don't think this is going to be the last time we see that Tyree either. But anyway, it was all that. And as soon as you could hear the difference. When they pulled his voice up, it's the shit. It's the shit. It really is. I like the little song. I think I'm going to go on to iTunes and buy it. But I like the song. I really, really do. And it's a song about that motherfucking Lucius. But anyway. So at the same time, we got all this other stuff going on. Lucius done sat down with Anika's parents now, okay? The mother ain't for the shit. She's like, he done cheated on you and you was crying and he did this and he did that. And she's like, no, Mom, I'm going to, you know, that bitch got dollar signs in her eyes with her old raggedy ass. And her mother just ain't feeling it. Her mother's like, bullshit. But she's like, that's fine. The dad is this white man and he's a doctor and he owns a hospital and all this shit. And I'm saying, and the dad said, he said, you know, I'm against this engagement, but my daughter loves you, this, that, thing, and the other. So they're talking about all that. Then motherfucking Lucius, see, I told y'all, there's some shit with Lucius. He slips in to get the IPO to go through. I need a doctor that will certify that I'm in good health. But he had already told Dr. Calhoun that he was surprised that Anika agreed to marry him, knowing that he has ALS. So he's like, you want me to commit fraud? You know, this, that, thing, and the other. And then he started talking about what those people, rich folk, understand best. He said, if and when I die, Anika and I will be married. Anika will become a billionaire like that. The father agreed. He ain't gonna marry that motherfucking Anika. This is, again, part of Lucius's motherfucking plan. He ain't gonna marry that heifer. And she got dollar signs in her eyes. You don't need to marry that bitch. I don't like her. But anyway, so I laughed. I said, look at Dr. Calhoun. You ready to lose your license and go to jail trying to get more money, you bastard. But fell right into it because, you know, a rich person most times is a greedy person. They want more money than they can ever spend. So whatever. He got sucked in, and he agreed to do it and all that. But I don't believe Lucius is ever, I don't believe there's ever going to actually be a ceremony. And if there is a ceremony, it's going to be him and motherfucking Cookie, okay? Because he sure went to Cookie's motherfucking house. Cookie Gray, she is like late at night. He done rolled up in there, telling Cookie, talking that shit to Cookie, walking around there, staring at her, carrying on, telling her about, you know, their anniversary, and he reminiscing and shit, and it fucking hit her. She's like, oh my God, did you put that damn rose outside my door? He grinning and shit. She runs. She told him, you gotta go. And the worker he came over there, was a booty call. I thought they was going to end up getting down. He went over there late at night because he thought he was getting ready to bang Cookie's box real quick because it was actually their anniversary. Fuck all that shit. You divorced me, you bastard. There will be no goddamn sex in the champagne room. She threw his ass out of there. But she called to tell her sister, call Jamal and call the whole thing off. She's like, I think it's too late. And it was. They showed him pull up and they was like, smell the roses, motherfucker. Bow, 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 bow. Tore this guy up in this Cadillac. Tore him up. He couldn't even get his gun, cocked. They fucked his ass up. So that was kind of messed up. So that she didn't knock the motherfucker off. But hey, fear will make you do that. But okay, so I got to run back again. And this is it. I'm going backwards, guys. I apologize. But anyway, when Hakeem, like I said, he's a bitch boy. And he found out about Tiana. He was all upset and all this stuff. So what he ended up doing is his dad had came down onto the set and told him, really, you're all upset because your girlfriend got a girlfriend? Boy, get your motherfucking self together. Told him, now go and you're going to do this for us. And then you go handle that shit. Handle it like a lion. So, that meant fuck both of them. If she want to have a girlfriend, you fuck both of them. And that's why I said he's a bitch boy and a fuck boy, or he would have figured that out on his own. But anyway, so, okay, so the last thing that I saw was fabulous to me. Jamal was pissed, okay, about the whole thing because he felt like Hakeem was the one who set him up, but it really wasn't Hakeem. It really was that motherfucking bipolar ass Andre and his stinking ass wife. I can't wait till Cookie get a hold of that bitch. She's going to wring that bitch's neck at some point. I just can't wait. I am so here for it. But anyway, he goes in and he's talking to Hakeem. He's like, you set me up to get robbed, this, that, thing, and the other. And Hakeem's like, I'm your brother. I ain't do that, this, that, and the other. But then he going to try to play thug hard, right? And he going to get up and they just squared off. He going to push Jamal. And Jamal pushed him. And he's like being all tough and shit. Jamal took that motherfucker and grabbed his ass and held him. That punk motherfucker couldn't even move. I said, punch him in his head. He is holding that motherfucker. He told him, he said, you always come to me for advice. He said, and I'm going to give you some. When I tell you, he took and cold cocked the fuck out of that motherfucker in his ribs. He gave him, and that motherfucker was like, oh, and doubled over. He said, don't ever underestimate me, little brother. And walked up out of that motherfucker. I said, yes, Jamal. Yes, Jamal. And he gave him, mad. This is what a sissy does when she gets mad, honey. He socked the shit out of him. That motherfucker went leaning over to the couch, laying all on the couch and shit. He was pitiful with his little self. He always getting his ass beat. He was the same way he was pitiful when Cookie beat his ass with that motherfucking broom on the first episode. Always getting fucked up. Simple bitch. But anyway, he called Andre. Andre, he's like, I need to get some money. You got to get this stuff together before his single come out. He's afraid of Jamal. And he should be. This episode was the shit. I really, really enjoyed it. I tell you, you see, I couldn't even keep it together because there's so much going on. I was all over the place. But hopefully you all kept up with me. It was excellent. Excellent. So, going to get even better. So, next week, they're going to announce the goddamn engagement. Cookie's going to turn it. I just know it. I just can't wait. All right, guys. I love this series. I really do. I'll see you guys again next week. Same time, same place. All right, guys. Bye.